So find the measure of the complement. So solution, take note, let x equals b the angle, and then let 90 minus x, this is the complement, and then take note we have 180 minus x, this is our supplement. So from this statement we have the supplement is 4 times the complement, so it means that we have 180 minus x, this supplement is equivalent to 4 times our complement, that is 90 minus x. And so therefore we have 180 minus x, 4 multiplied by 90 is 360, minus 4 multiplied by x equals to 4x, and then transposing the x on the left side, so we have plus 4x equals 2, and then 360, and then again 180 transposed to other side, we have 180 minus 180, so negative x plus 4x equals to 3x, and then 360 minus 180 is 180, so we have here 180 over 3, which is basically equals to 60 degree. Okay, so going back here to determine the value of complement, then we have 90 minus the angle, that is 60, and therefore we have 30 degrees. So this is letter B. To check this one, then therefore we can use this relationship. Okay, here that is 180 minus 60, the angle is 60, yes, equal sign 4 multiplied by 90 minus the angle, so 180 minus 60 is 120 degree, and then here we have 4 multiplied by 90 minus 60 is 30, then therefore 4 multiplied by 30 is again 120, so they are equal, and therefore this answer is correct. So again the answer is letter B. So find the measure of the angle. So again, let's take this as our x, the unknown angle. Solution, take note from this statement, the measure of supplement of an angle is 15 degrees less than 4 times the complement. So which means that first we have 90 minus x is again our complement. Okay, and then take note we have 180 minus x is the supplement, and then going back on the statement we have 180 minus x equals sign, so 4 times the complement means 4 multiplied by 90 minus x, and then less than 15 degrees, so minus 15, so 180 minus x, and then here we have 4 multiplied by 90 is 360, and then 4 multiplied by negative x is negative 4x minus 15, so we can transpose all this equation here, so plus we transpose this negative 4x on the left side, so we have 4x, and then 360, similarly 180 transposing here is negative 180 minus 10, so negative x plus 4x equals to 3x, and then 360 minus 180 is 180 minus again 15, so we have 165, that is 180 minus 15, so equals to 3x, so x here is 165 over 3, and therefore we have x equals to blank, that is 165 again divided by 3 equal sign, so we have 55. Okay, that is basically again the angle, that is letter B. So given that we have this isosceles triangle wherein the angle B is 30 degrees, and then opposite of this angle is the side B, which is equivalent to 12 centimeters. Okay, so here is our angle A, and then here we have angle C. Opposite of that is the side C, and then also opposite of this angle A is side A. So take note, for a triangle, A plus B plus C is 180 degrees. So that is, since we have angle B, A plus 30 degrees, and take note for isosceles triangle, we have two sides. These two sides are equal, which means that this angle A and then angle C, they are equal. So I can say that A equals to C again. So therefore C is plus A equals to 180 degrees, and therefore we have 2A equals to 380 minus 30. 2A is equals to 150 degrees, and therefore A is 150 over 2. So we have 75 degree for angle A, which is also equivalent to our angle C. So we have all angle here 75 and 75 degrees. So therefore to find the value of A and C, we can use sine law. So that is A over sine A equals to B over sine B, and then C over sine C. So we have two angle. We can use A over sine A again is 75 degree equals sine B is 12 centimeters, and then sine B we have here take note 30 degrees as given. So therefore A is blank in centimeters. So we have alpha. Let's take this A as our x. So sine 75 equals sine, and then 12 over sine 30. Okay, shift calculate. So we can close this one as well as this one to avoid error. Shift calculate. We have 23.18. So as a property of isosceles triangle, take note A is basically equivalent to our side C. So C. Thus, to get the perimeter, to get this P, we have A plus B plus C, which means 23.18 centimeters plus 12 centimeters plus 23.18 centimeters. So perimeter is blank centimeters. So I can simply multiply this by 2 since we have A and C are equal. So plus 12 equals to 58.36. 58.36, and the nearest answer here is letter B. So let's make a given here. So let's draw a river, and then like this, and then let's say we have these plants over here, and then some butterflies. Okay, and then take note, as given, we have points A and B on one side of the river. So let's take this as our A. So this is the first point, and then we have B. So this is the second point, and then opposite to that river is the side C. So we have this triangle, therefore. Okay, and then 100 feet apart, points A and B. So this one, let's take this as C. So there is our side C, which is 100 feet again. So let's take this as our side B, and here we have A. So if angles A and B are 70 degrees and 60 degrees respectively, then what is the distance from point A to point C? So this point. So let's take this as our unknown. Again, this one is 70 degrees, and then here we have B is 60 degrees. Okay, so to find this, we can use, take note, we have two angles given, and then to determine B, we can use sine law. This again for sine law, using sine law. Okay, so for sine law, we can say that A equals to sine A, and then we have B, the side B, over sine B is the angle B, and then C is sine C. So we have B is given 60 degrees. So this one is good, and then also this one is okay. And then take note, we have here angle C. So for angle C, as we know, note that we have A plus B plus C is equals to 100 degrees. So take note, this is a property of a triangle. The sum of all the angles is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore we have 70 degrees here, plus B is 60 degrees, and then plus C equals to 180 degrees. So therefore we have 180 degrees minus 70 minus 60. This one is 130 minus 180 is 50 degrees. So we can go back to this equation wherein B, okay, over sine B, okay, that is 60 degrees, and then here since we have C, we can use 1, that is 100 feet, over sine C. This time we have 50 degrees. So therefore B is blank feet. So let's take this as our x, the unknown. Sine 60 close equals sine, and then we have 100 over sine 50. Okay, shift calculate. We have 113.05, or the answer here is letter A. So find side A and angle ABC, wherein side B is equivalent to 12 centimeters, and then side C, opposite of this angle C, is 20 centimeters, and the angle A is given, we have 45 degrees. So opposite of this angle basically is a side A, which is the unknown. So with this given, all three sides are involved and one included angle, so this fits with our cosine law. So we can use the cosine law. As we know, we have A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A, or we can also use B squared equals to A squared plus C squared minus 2. This time we have AC cosine B, okay, opposite of this side C, and C squared equals to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine angle C. So we can use this one. So A squared equals to B is 12 centimeters squared plus 20 20 squared minus 2, and then again this must be BC, side BC, and then AC, and then AB. So using this, B is again 12 centimeters multiplied by 20 centimeters, which is the side C. Cosine A, we have 45 degrees. So A is blank. So let's take this as our x squared. A equals sign, we have 12 squared plus 20 squared minus 2 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 20, cosine 45. Okay, so shift, calculate, determine the value of x. We have 14.3. So the answer here is letter A. So find the largest angle to the nearest tenth of a degree of a triangle whose sides are 9, 12, and 18. So let's make a given here and let's draw triangle. So 9, 18, and 12. So 9, and then let's say this is our 12, and then we have here 18. So again 9, 12, and 18. So find the largest angle. So this means we can take this as, let's say, take this as A, and then we have here B, and then let's take this as C. So take note, opposite or the angle, okay, opposite to the longest side will be the largest angle. Okay, so it means that angle A is the largest angle. Okay, so to find this, we can use actually cosine law. That is, again, we'll take this as our A, and then this one is our C, and then opposite of this angle B is our side B. So we have, to get A, we have A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine. Now we have angle A. So 18 squared equals to B squared. 12 squared plus 9 squared minus 2. 12 multiplied by 9 cosine A. So therefore angle A is blank. We have 18 squared and then cosine 12 squared plus 9 squared minus 2 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 9 cosine, let's say alpha x, close, and then shift, calculate. So 242.72. okay, 242.72. Now take note, this is the angle, and we can say 360 degrees minus 242.72 is the same as 242 degrees. So that is minus 360. We have 117.27. okay, 117. So the answer here is letter C. So let's take this given. So we have here a parallelogram, and then we draw a diagonal line here, which is basically the larger diagonal. So we have two diagonals here, by the way. So we have from D to B and then A to C. So take note, we just assume all these points so that at least we can form a triangle here. So by observation, line A to C is the longest diagonal compared to this line D to B. Okay, so this triangle, then as we observe, we can use the cosine law. That is, we have included angle 116, and then to find B, then we can use cosine law. So solution, take note, we have B side. So B squared equals to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC, and then we have cosine angle B. So again, opposite of this side B. So that is angle B. So B squared, substitute all the given. We have A squared, we have 22 squared plus C is 40 centimeters squared minus 2 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 40, and then finally cosine 116. This one is given. So therefore B is blank centimeters. So using our calculator, we'll take this B as our x squared equals sign. We have 22 squared plus 40 squared minus 2 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 40, and then cosine 116. Shift, calculate. We have 53.43. okay, 53.43, and the nearest answer here is letter A. Solve for x in the following equation. We have 2 sine x minus 1 equals to 0. So take note, we have again 2 sine alpha x, which is the unknown angle, minus 1 equals sine 0. Shift, calculate. So we have x is equivalent to 30 degrees. And take note, to determine the equivalent value of this, so take note that we have 180 degrees equivalent to pi. So therefore, to get the value of 30, so we have 180 180 degrees over 30. Therefore, we have pi, 180 is pi, and then 180 divided by 30 is 6. Okay, so this means that pi over 6 is equivalent to 30 degrees. So the answer here is letter A. Solve for x in the following equation. 2 sine x minus 1 equals to 0. So to find the value of x, we can say that 2 sine alpha x minus 1, alpha equals sine 0. Shift calculate, we have 30. Okay, so that is the equivalent angle. X equals to 30 degrees. And take note, we have 180 degrees is equivalent to pi radian. So we can cancel this out. That is pi 180 divided by 30 is 6. So therefore, the answer here is letter A. So find the value of x if log base 8, 3x minus 8 equals to log 4, 8. So let's take this as log 8. We have base 8 and then 3 alpha x minus 8 and then equal sign log 4, 8. Shift calculate. So we have 10.2 and the answer here is letter A. So here we have a given wherein the hiker hikes at a constant rate of 3 miles per hour with an angle of slope of 12 degrees. So determine the altitude. Okay, so that is represented by our x here. So solution, take note, we have this relationship with velocity and the distance traveled, s. So s equals to velocity multiplied by that time. So s, total distance, again the velocity is 3 miles per hour. Okay, multiplied by the time, 5 hours. So we can easily cancel this one, hours. So we have 15 miles journey by the hiker. So using the relationship, we can take this as a right angle to determine the value of x. So this will serve as a right triangle. Okay, so from this point to this point is a right triangle. So using the relationship, that is sine theta, again this one is opposite over the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse will then be our x, and then opposite of the angle is basically x. So sine 12 degree is blank x, the unknown, and then we have 15 miles for the distance traveled. So x therefore is blank. We have sine 12 multiplied by 15, then therefore we have 3.11, 3.12 miles. So the answer here is letter B. So here we have a given wherein Miguel is 5 miles away from the rocket launch pod. So here is the rocket, certain elevation. We can take this as our y. And take note, the angle of elevation is 11 degree. And then again, here we have 5 miles. So determine the value of y. So solution, take note, with these values, with this given, we can use the relationship of tangent theta. So that is 11 degree. And then we have opposite side over the adjacent. So tangent 11 degrees equals to opposite, that is basically our y, the elevation, and then adjacent side is 5 miles. So therefore y equals to miles, that is again tangent 11 multiplied by 5, so 0.97, 0.971 miles, that is the elevation. So here we don't have any miles, but we have answers in kilometers. So take note that we have 0.971 miles, we have 1 mile is again 1.609 kilometers. So therefore y is blank. We can cancel this out, and therefore we have unit in kilometers. So we can multiply this by 1.09. So 1.56. 1.56, and the answer here is letter A. So here we have a given wherein the balloon is hovering 800 feet above the lake. So here we have an observer from the boat wherein at first, let's say this is at point A, the angle of elevation towards the balloon is 20 degree, and then after some time, after 25 seconds, then the observer need to have at least 65 degree to see the balloon. So determine the velocity or how fast is the boat traveling. So to get this, take note, find the velocity of the boat. Solution, take note, velocity in general is again distance over time. So that is distance A to B. Let's take this as our x, and then the time given is 25 seconds, or let's keep this for the moment, t. So to determine the value of x first, so we have these points a, b, c, and t, and then take note, we can again by observation, we have this as a right angle, so we can find distance a to c. So this one is ac. Note with this triangle, note that is, let's say triangle ADC, we can say that sine theta, that is opposite over hypotenuse. In this case, we have AC, distance AC, and then, sorry, this must be opposite, so therefore this must be CD. Okay, hypotenuse will be AC. So sine 20 degrees equals sine opposite is again DC or CD, that is basically 800 feet over AC. So therefore AC is blank. So sine 20 equals sine, and then we have 800 feet over alpha x. Shift calculate. So 2339, that is 2339 feet. Okay, and then furthermore, to get this value, to get this here, also we have this triangle triangle BDC. We're in like this, so 800 feet again, and this one is 65, and then DBC. So we're going to get this one now. So we have, let's take this as BD, and then also using, take note this one, BD is the adjacent of 65. So what we can do now to get this BD is using the tangent relationship. Tan theta is again opposite over adjacent, so that is tan, now we have an angle of 65 degree, opposite is 800 feet, and then we have BD. So therefore BD is blank feet. So tan 65 alpha equals sine 800 over alpha x. So shift calculate 373 feet. So and then again to determine this x, we can say that this one is our A, again AD. Okay, so note also that we have this A triangle. Actually, we go back now here, ADC again, the tangent theta is opposite 800 feet over AD, that is tangent, now the angle is 20 degree, equals sine 800 feet AD, so therefore AD is blank. So tangent 20 and then close, shift equals sine, we have 800 over alpha x. Okay, alpha x, shift calculate 2197. So take note, the difference between AD and BD is our, so x is again AD minus BD. Okay, so x is 2197 minus the value of BD 373. X is blank. 2197 minus 373 equals sine 1824 feet. Okay, so therefore going back to the velocity equation that is here, velocity is the distance x over the time, so 1824 feet over how many seconds? 25 seconds. So we have all answers in miles, so we have 5 to 80 feet, and then we have 1 mile. Okay, and then for seconds we have 3600 seconds into 1 hour, so we can cancel this out as well as this. So we have miles per hour, that is basically the unit of velocity. So multiplied by 3600 divided by 25 divided by 5 to 80, so we have 49.77 miles per hour, and the answer here is letter D. Evaluate 2 sine 30 degree plus 3 cosine 60 degree minus 3 tangent 45 degree. So again 2 sine 30 degree, close, and then we have plus 3 cosine 60, then close, minus 3 tangent 45. Tangent 45 equals sine, so we have negative 1/2. So the answer here is letter A. So here we have a given wherein we have a rectangle of side 10 centimeters and 5 centimeters respectively. So what's to find here is the larger angle at the point where the diagonals intersect. That is basically our x in this illustration. So let's take this as A, B, C, and D. So if we have here x, we have two options to calculate this one, whether to use a right triangle procedure or let's say cosine or sine law procedure. So let's take the first one. 1. So let's take this as our triangle. Okay, so we have here, if this one is 10 centimeters from here to here, and therefore this side will be 5 centimeters, while the height will be 5 divided by 2. So this one is basically 2.5 centimeters. So to find this angle, let's take this now as, let's say, y. Okay, and then here in this diagram, therefore we have x equals to 2y in terms of angle. So take note, these are the angles in degree. So this is our triangle. Then we have 2.5 again, and then here we have 5 centimeters, and this is our y. To determine this y, we can use, let's say, so we have again tangent theta is equivalent to opposite over the adjacent. That is, again, in this illustration, opposite of y is 5 centimeters, and then here we have adjacent of 2.5 centimeters. So this will cancel out. So theta is again tan -1 5 over 2.5. So theta is blank. So we have again 5 divided by 2.5, shift tangent. We have 63.43 degrees. And so going back in this equation, we have x equals to 2y. Then therefore 2 multiplied by 63.43 degrees is our x. So we have multiplied by 2 equal sign. So 126.87 degrees, or x equals to 127 degrees, and this one is letter A. So here we have a given wherein we have two buildings. First building, so this is the first building wherein we have height of 200 meters, and the other one, the second building, is basically 200 plus certain value of y, or some additional height. Since as given, we have here angle of depression from the first building towards the bottom of the second building is 20 degree, and then the angle of elevation from the first building, top of the first building, towards the top of the second building is 10 degrees. So take note, this angle of depression and angle of elevation is normally lying on a straight line. Our reference is a straight line, not this one, not the vertical line. So to determine this y, we can use this relationship. First, we'll get the value of x. So we'll take this as x, the distance between the two buildings. We have here x. To get this, we can use this first triangle. So we can use this triangle A, and we'll take this as triangle B. So let's take triangle A. Okay, in triangle A, we have this given 20 degree, and then we have 200 meters here. And then to find this, let's take this again as x. We can use tangent relationship. Tan theta is again opposite over adjacent. Okay, adjacent. That is basically opposite is 200, and here we have adjacent. So therefore tan 20 degrees equals to 200 over x, and therefore we have x equals to blank meters. Then tangent 20, alpha equals sine 200 over alpha x. Shift calculate 549.49 meters. Also to get this, okay, we can use triangle B now. Okay, in triangle B, as we have this x value now, we have 549.49 meters, and this one is 10 degree. Then we can find the value of y using also tangent theta. That is 10 degrees equals to opposite. We have y, and then adjacent is 549.49 meters. So therefore y is blank meters. So we can simply multiply this by tangent theta. Tangent 10 degree equals to 96.89. 96.89. Okay, and so therefore we have the height, total height of the building is basically from this point to this point is 200 meters plus 96.89 meters. So height will be 396.89 meters. Sorry, this must be 296 meters. So the answer here is letter B. We can say here given wherein we have a right triangle, and then one of the angle is 45 degrees. Okay, and then the area is, let's take this as our x, and then this is a special triangle. Okay, so if we have a right triangle 90 degrees, this means we have also 45 degrees. So if this is the case, then the two side is equal. Okay, so here we can say This is our side y. So area, again, in general for a triangle, 1/2 that is base times height. In this case, 1/2 x multiplied by x. So we have 50, 1/2 x squared, and then here we have 100 x squared, and then the square root of this is basically equal to 10. So if this is 10, we can use now Pythagorean theorem. That is, again, y squared equals to x squared plus x squared. So in this case, is the hypotenuse, okay? And then this one is the side, let's say our base, and this one is our another side. We have the height. So we have y squared equals to 10 squared plus 10 squared. Therefore, y is square root of 100 plus 100. Then y is square root of 200. So we can also simplify this. Take note, we have 2 multiplied by 100. Okay, so square root of 100 is 10, and then square root of 2 will be retained inside the radical sign. So that is again our y. So the answer here is letter C. So here we have a scalene triangle. We have side A to B and then B to C, and then angle C is given. We have 59 degrees, and then side B to C is equivalent to 8 centimeters, and then we have A to B equals to 12 centimeters. So determine the value of A to C. Okay, so this one is unknown. So we can take this, let's say our x. So here we can use sine law or cosine law. So let's take this as cosine law. So take note, we have here our given angle. So we can use A to B distance squared equals to, again, we have x squared plus bc squared minus 2x multiplied by distance BC, and then cosine C. Okay, so in this case we can substitute. AB is again 12 squared plus x is the unknown plus BC is 8 squared minus 2 multiplied by x, again BC is 8, and then cosine 59 degrees. So x is equivalent to blank centimeters. So 12 squared alpha equals sine alpha x squared plus 8 squared minus 2 multiplied by alpha x multiplied by 8 multiplied by cosine 59. Okay, so shift calculate, solve for the value of x. We have 13.97. So this is approximately 14 centimeters, and the answer here is letter D. So in which quadrant is the terminal side of an angle of 750 degrees located? So using our quadrant, so this one is first, second, third quadrant, and then we have fourth. So normally we start here on the first quadrant. So this one is 0 degree, 90 degrees, and then 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and then 360 degrees plus 90. Then this must be 450 degrees, and then again 360 plus 90 equal sign 540. So 540 degrees. So 750 is plus 90 again. So this one is 630 degrees, and then plus 90, so 720 degrees here. And so this means that we have also here 720 plus 90 is 810 degrees. So 750 is somewhere here. Okay, that is again 720 plus 30, so around 30 degrees. So 30 degrees, 750 degrees. So that is first quadrant. So the answer here is letter A. Determine the supplementary angle theta to 96 degrees. So take note, complement is basically 90 minus an angle, and then supplement is basically 180 degrees minus angle. So if you have an angle of 96, then basically the supplement to 96 is equivalent to blank. So 180 minus 96, that is approximately 84 degrees. So the answer here is letter C.